Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 7 good places in Lagos with high return on investment. So if you've been wondering where in Lagos State do you put in your money and get very good return on investment, this video is sure for you. So just make sure you watch till the end of this video to know those places where you get very good very good returns on your investment. Okay, my name is Abiola Fadansi. I'm a real estate consultant and broker, and as a consultant, one of the things I do is I educate you on real estate do and don't, so you don't get your fingers burnt. As a broker, I help real estate investors locate genuine properties at the right place, price, and terms so you can make maximum returns on your real estate investment within the shortest time possible. And I'm the lead consultant at J2 Homes Investment Limited, the real estate consulting and brokerage firm here in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, and if this is your first time of watching any video on my YouTube channel, make sure you like and you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any informative or educative content that I share with you, especially on real estate. Yes, so make sure you subscribe now. Hit the subscribe button now. Okay, so thanks for watching again. And yeah, like I said, in this video I'll be sharing with you 7 good places with high return on investment here in Lagos that you can put in your money, and you'll be very sure when you do it right you make very good returns on them. Okay, and this is a blog from my website abiolafadamsi.com, so I'll be explaining more about it in this video. That's what I'll be doing. And I understand the fact that yes, everyone wants to own properties in Lagos State. Yes, but again, in Lagos State, there are places where you're considering investments that beats the other areas. And for me, currently in 2021, these places I'll be sharing with you are great for investment. But of course, like I usually say, always do your due diligence. Don't say because Abiola said these places are good for investment, I went ahead, I bought properties. If you don't do due diligence, you're definitely on your own. Okay? That's it. And if you don't know what due diligence is, now that's topic for another day. Okay, or just watch on my channel. I've explained the term due diligence, you get to understand what it means. All right, so the first place I'll be discussing in this video is number one. So Ibejuleki is one of the 7 places I'll discuss with you in this video to consider when you're investing in property in Lagos. And I know that if you live in Nigeria or if you've been following the real estate trend in Nigeria over the years, I'm sure you've seen a lot that has been said about Ibejuleki, a lot of property adverts that have gone up, flying left, right, and center. And this is because a whole lot is happening in Ibejuleki. I know that one of the 2 things that brings about the appreciation of property in a particular location is both infrastructural development and migration of people into that particular location. And with this project happening in Ibejuleki, both private projects, national projects, and international projects, this project would definitely bring about migration. Like Ibejuleki is gradually turning into a commercial hub that will bring about people. There will be a lot of employees. There are a lot of job opportunities that these projects are creating in that location, starting from the Dangote refinery to the Free Trade Zone, the deep sea port, the Dangote jetty, the proposed Lekki airport, the Fort Mainland Bridge, just to mention a few of the projects going on in this axis. So for those that have the foresight, they started investing years ago, even before 5 years when the oil rush and the wave started, the Ibejuleki wave and the noise in the news, oh, invest in Ibejuleki, buy plots of land in Ibejuleki. But Ibejuleki is still a good place to invest in. But one thing you need to understand that Ibejuleki, you have to be very careful, very careful. I say this all the time when you're buying properties in Ibejuleki, because the government has a lot of projects going on there. Private investors have a lot of projects going on there as well. So you want to make sure you're buying properties that have good title, that have a very good title. I've seen a whole lot of people make mistakes over the years by investing in properties in Ibejuleki without good titles, and these properties stand the risk of being taken back by the government over the years if those titles are not perfected. Okay, so you want to make sure you're not making that mistake, okay, of buying a property in the Bejuleki that doesn't have a good title, because the government has lot of interest in that location, and because over the years it's going to turn into a commercial hub, so it's good, it's a great place for you to invest in. So whether you're investing for, and Ibejuleki is best when you're looking at it, when you're investing into commercial properties, because a lot will happen in that location from the deep sea port. So over the years, it's going to turn into a commercial location. Okay, now when I mean Ibejuleki, because Ibejuleki local government development LCDA starts from Abuja. So now talking about Ibejuleki itself, I'm talking about starting from the Eleko Junction. After Eleko Junction, that road where the free trade zone is all the way in, a lot of commercial developments is going on there. So it's a good place to invest when you have properties there. These infrastructural developments, and of course, because the government has projects there as well, they are not going to slack back in making sure there are good infrastructural developments there. So all of this will bring about good returns on your investment. So those that saw ahead, they bought early, they bought cheap, and if you're buying now, they're still kind of early, okay? Not as early as those who bought in previous years, but yeah. But the Bejulek is a good place to invest in if you have the funds to buy title documents. Make sure you buy. In fact, I would never advise you not to buy title documents, okay? Make sure you know what you're doing when you want to invest in a Bejulek, and do your due diligence, like I've said earlier. Always do your due diligence. The presence of these projects, which are both national, international, coupled with the number of employees that they will take on, will make the value of the properties in Bejuleki grow in an unprecedented way. And that's the fact. Because look at it from this angle. For those who positioned early and they own properties in Bejuleki, of course, the properties that are good to own, that have good titles and all of that. When the trade zone kicks off, you would have a lot of foreigners coming into the country. You have a lot of people who want to trade in the free trade zone area. When these guys come, they will need properties, they will need where to stay, they will need office spaces, they will need where to live. So it's those that have gone ahead and positioned themselves early enough to own properties around these locations that are going to be cashing out by that time. They're not going to sleep on the road. They're not going to sleep on the streets. They will need land, they will need houses, they will need where to put goods, they will need so many things, okay? So those that position themselves early by that time will be cashing out. But don't forget again, when you're buying a Bejuleki, make sure you're buying a property with a very good title. Okay. I usually tell people, now I'm reading from my blog, I usually tell people that Bejuleki is a great place to invest in real estate, but not all land in Bejuleki is safe and profitable since most are under government acquisition and some are committed. Yes, some of the lands in the Virgin Lake are committed, so you don't want to go close to any land that is committed. And so many people have poured water and are still pouring water into the basket, thinking they're investing. They're pouring water into the basket because they won't watch videos like this. They won't come on my YouTube channel to learn. And so you're lucky you're watching this, you're lucky you can see this and you can hear this, and it's just a matter of time before they realize it wasn't an investment but a waste of time. But that won't be you, because you've watched this. Let a professional guide you through, let a professional help you. So yes, and that's it for Ibejuleki. So number two is Ekpe, and Ekpe, aside the fact that Ekpe has multiple access entry from different parts of Lagos and even other neighboring parts of Nigeria, its proximity to Ibejuleki is the game changer. And I tell people, I say, if for those that are smart, even while the Ibejuleki noise and the rave was ongoing and it's still ongoing, they saw ahead and they started positioning themselves in Ekpe, okay? Because the truth is, over time, the development and the growth in Ibejuleki will span to Ekpe, because Ekpe is just after Ibejuleki. And I look at it this way: over time, Ibejuleki would turn more into a commercial hub, right? And the free trade zone, the deep sea ports, the Dangote jetty, a lot will be happening in Ibejuleki. So Ibejuleki, Ekpe is going to complement Ibejuleki such that Ekpe would be more of the serene part. Where, so for those that wants to just get out of the whole Ibejuleki industrialization, everything going on there, and all of that, they would prefer to rather stay in Ibejuleki. You would even have some workers, some employees that work in Ibejuleki but would rather want to live in Ekpe because Ekpe is going to be more serene over time compared to Ibejuleki. Just the similar thing that we have happened with Lekki Phase 1 and VI when VI was becoming more commercial and Lekki Phase 1 served as the residential part for those working in VI before Lekki Phase 1 itself started becoming commercial and people started moving from Lekki left to Lekki right. Okay, now Lekki right is looking more like the more residential part. So for those who have the foresight, they start positioning themselves in Ekpe, going to buy hectares of land in Ekpe. And because yes, in Ekpe, Ekpe doesn't even really have so much of titling issues compared to what we have in Ibejuleki. And Ekpe has more of dry lands. And the past governor of Lagos State, Ambo, they did a lot for the Ekpe people. Maybe because it's from Ekpe, but he did a lot when it comes to good roads and development for them. So that again is another factor that makes Ekpe really, really desirable for investment. And for those with the foresight, Ekpe is not very populated yet, right? You still have a lot of developing areas in Ekpe. But the fact that it's close to Ibejuleki over time is just going to the growth is going to move into Ekpe, okay? And for when the old Ibejuleki becomes really, really commercialized, many people that even work in Ekpe would in Ibejuleki would rather want to live in Ekpe. Ekpe is going to be like the serene place, while Ibejuleki is going to be like where the whole work is happening and everything is happening. Okay, so those with foresight are investing in Ekpe, and I like this. I like this list because it's not just when people hear Lagos State, they feel, oh, I need to have all the millions. I need to have all the millions, run into hundred of millions before I buy real estate in Lagos, before I invest in properties in Lagos. But that is all wrong. In Ekpe, for example, currently with as low as 750,000 naira, you can own a plot of land in Ekpe. Yes, you heard right. And I mean genuine land that is free from any form of encumbrance or hormonal issues or disturbance. That is the cost of land. Of course, there are other things you need to get done, like perfecting, getting your survey done, getting your deed of assignment, okay? Um, which are going to come at a cost as well. Okay, but with as low as 750,000 naira now, you can own a plot of land in Ekpa. So imagine you have up to 10 million naira, you're buying acres of land in Ekpa, you're just positioning, land banking, just watching your investment grow. Like I tell people, I say, invest now in good properties, invest in properties in Ekpa, and just watch your investment begin to rise like um flour mixed with yeast, like it's going to be unprecedented. I myself, I have investments in Ekpe, and I tell people, those who are ready to listen, see, this is a good place. Those that have the foresight are keen in already, okay, and it's you can for those who still believe, oh, because some people, it's funny how they say, oh, Ekpe is far, Ekpe, and I'm like, okay, far from where really? Far from where? When you're looking at investments, the location matters, and it's not about how far. It's about, like I say all the time, run your numbers, look at the metrics, what's the foresight, what's the growth plan, and all of that. Okay, Ekpa is a good place to invest in now. And the good thing again is you don't need to have all the millions, with as low as 750,000 naira. So if you want to know more about Ekpa or available genuine properties to invest in Ekpa, you can just send me a message. In the caption, there'll be a way. There'll be different ways you can contact me, whether on WhatsApp. There'll be my WhatsApp link will be there. My email address will be there. You can send me a message via email. Just let me know if you're interested in investing in it. But I'll guide you through to let you know, yes, genuine properties in Ekpe that you can invest in, and there will be no cost for alarm. You invest in and you will have great peace of mind. So it's good to know that you don't need all the millions like you think. And for some of those that I partner with their own properties in Ekpe, some of them are even kind enough to allow you spread payment over a particular period of time. So even if you feel, oh, I don't have 750,000 at once, you can spread payment. It's a good start. See, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. You really want to own investment, you want to become wealthy, you want to have a really large real estate portfolio, start from somewhere. And Ekpe is a good place. Ibejuleki is a good place. But I said, always do your due diligence, like I've always told you. Okay, so it's just good to know. I think I'm dwelling more on this because it's, I'm. It's good to know that that notion of you thinking you need all the millions before you own properties or before you invest in Lagos or before you own properties in Lagos, like no, just throw that away. When you find someone that can give you genuine information and show you good deals where you can put in money, okay, and of course with patience, it's not something that you just buy today and expect next month you're selling again and cashing out real good. No, with patience, it takes patience and you doing the things you need to do, right? Over time, being patient, perfecting your titles and all of that. Okay, so properties in Ekpe, I have here properties in Ekpe are still very affordable now compared to Ibejuleki. Now Ekpe is even still cheap. It's cheaper now compared to Ibejuleki, and the good roads in Ekpe are way better than roads in some prime locations in Lagos, and that is the truth. Like those in Ekpe, they enjoy good roads compared to even the some parts of Lekki that we know, right? Okay, so very soon Ekpe will complement Ibejuleki perfectly because as Ibejuleki grows into a commercial and industrial hub, Ekpe will be a calm and serene place and more for residential living. Okay, right now properties in Ekpe, I've told you that sells for as low as 750,000 naira per plot, and the estimated return on investment is projected to be above 7.5 million naira in the next 5 years. And now let me tell you the truth. There are places in Ekpe that sells for as high as, in fact, there's a place I know in Ekpe that sells for as high as 30 million naira per plot. Okay, and that is even on another level. And yes, the plot of 30 million naira per plot, I market that as well. Okay, it's one of, but that's a different story. So, and this is still in the same Ekpe. So you might be wondering why is a plot 750,000 naira, why is a plot 30 million naira in the same Ekpe? This just to show you that like there's nothing like there are a lot of indicators in this location that will show growth over the years, and probably I'll do a video to explain that later. Okay, but yes, if 750,000 naira, a million naira, 10 million naira, 20 million naira is what you have to invest in real estate now, you can put it in Ekpe. Just send me a message. I'll put you through. I'll let you know how to go about it. Okay, and I bet this will be like the cheapest you would ever see. Okay, and if you want to, yeah, if you want to buy properties in Lagos, Ekpe is a good place to consider if you're looking at investment, especially land banking. Land banking, yeah, land banking. Ekpe is good for land banking. So number three, Aja all the way to Eleko Junction in Ibejuleki. Okay, so now the way I divided this is such that I told you not all location is perfect for investment, and even for locations that are good for investment, there are different strategies to adopt in different locations for you to get good returns on your investment. It's not all locations have the same strategy to adopt. For some location, it's basically land banking. For some location, it's basically rental income. For some location, it's basically okay flipping or maybe even rental income as well. Okay, so now for Aja all the way to Eleko and Ibeju, like it's a mix of both land banking and rental income. But okay, so let me read from here. This includes from Abraham Adesoya, Shangote, Do, Abidjan. Those are familiar with Lagos and those are familiar with the island. I will know these places. Lakwe, Bogije, Awoyaya, all the way to Eleko Junction, where we have Imen Estates. So these areas are located off the Lekki Ekpe Expressway and also have become topic. Sandwiched between premium Lekki City, that's the main Lekki Phase 1, the Kate, the Jakonde, sandwiched between premium Lekki City and Ibeji Lekki, right? These locations have witnessed influx of people, and that's the truth over the years. As the main Lekki started becoming more and more prime, and of course, they're commanding more return and more higher rental income and all of that. For those that could not afford, they start moving further in from Aja, Awoyaya, Shongute, they start moving further, and the um the development around the main Lekki Phase 1 is also spanning in like it's more like a tool. It keeps spanning in, and people keep moving more towards this location. Okay, sandwich between premium development between premium Lekki City and Ibeji Lekki. These locations have witnessed an influx of people, most of whom can afford the main Lekki area for investment, but wouldn't want to go as far as Ibeju Lekki. Here is a good place for you. So for those that can't afford investing in the premium Lekki Phase 1, Ikate and all of that, in between Aja all the way to Eleko is a good place. And the good thing is in this location, okay, the good thing is development in main Lekki area and ongoing development in Bejuleki are positively affecting the appreciation growth rate of this location, and that's the truth. When you're coming from there's no way you get to when you're coming from Lekki Phase 1, if you're going all the way to Ibejuleke, definitely pass through Aja, pass through Awaya, Shango Tedo before you get to Ibejuleke. And of course, over time, the development and all the projections of Ibejuleke will definitely affect this location. It's sandwiched in between Ibejuleke and the main Lekki Phase 1. Okay, so not only do they benefit from most of the infrastructural development of Lekki, but also of Ibejuleke. Like these ones, they are just sandwiched in between greatness. Let me put it that way. Okay. The need for residential, commercial, industrial, administrative buildings is shooting real estate demand to the roof, and that's the truth. And in this location, okay, don't let me jump the gun. More so, they are highly residential locations that have some of the most expensive real estate in Lagos. So recently, someone did a documentary on the top 5 most expensive estates in Lagos. It's on YouTube. The top 5 most expensive estates, the top 5 most expensive estates in Lagos. That's residential where people are already living in. And two out of these estates actually falls within this location, falls within the between Aja and Eleko Junction. So this tells you that they are highly residential. This location are highly residential, and of course, it's not just for those that can't afford the prime things. Because you find locations, you find estates that are really, really, really for their pricing is not for the average Nigerian. You find them located in these axes as well. So development is moving um, towards these areas, and you can't just ignore these locations when it comes to real estate investment. And this is one location that currently in Lagos, I don't think any other location in Lagos has as much current real estate development, I mean buildings going on as much as we have in this location from Ibrahim Adesanya all the way to Eleko. You find a lot of development buildings going on currently because and when you think about off-plan sale now in Lagos, this is the location. Lots of off-plan sales are going on. A lot of off-plan projects are happening. So it's a lot. This is another location to look into. And like I said, this location is good for both land banking and for rental income. So if you're looking at rental income, this location is great because more people tend to come in, more people are moving into this location. Okay. And okay, I mentioned that most of the highly residential locations that have some of the most expensive Lagos estates in Lagos. This includes Emperor Estate, Shangotedo, and Amen Estate, Eleko Junction. Okay. In fact, I said two. No, there are three actually. Three. Yes, because Royal Avon Estate is immediately after the Ajah Bridge. Yeah, so three estates, three of the most expensive estates in Lagos. Emperor Estate, Amen Estate, Royal Avon. Those estates are in this location, and so you can say even if you have properties around here, that yes, you are still around, your investment is still around, but the big boys in Lagos live. Okay, so good stuff. These areas, according to me, have been termed the home of developers. I mentioned that earlier. Lots of developments are happening in this location, and I doubt if you can find anywhere else to buy properties in Lagos with as many developers working on various developments as we have in these locations, okay? And in this location, with as low as 9 million naira, okay, like spanning from, like I said, from Aja all the way to Eleko Junction, with as low as 9 million naira, you can get plot of land with certificate of occupancy. Yes, so you're not very late when it comes to land banking in this area. You can still land bank and you still get good returns on your investments. Yeah, so that's then number four, Lekki. And when I mean Lekki, I mean the main Lekki city, from Lekki Phase 1 all the way to VGC. And with the constant migration of creme de la creme into Lagos Island, almost every piece of real estate at Lekki keeps appreciating at an unimaginable rate. But now in this location, you get the juice out of your investment in this location when you buy properties in Lagos with your eyes on rental income, on buildings, or flipping and not on capital appreciation on land. I mentioned that in one of my videos that you can't be thinking land banking and you're thinking like if it's one call a work. You are too late. Those that made good money on land banking in Lekki Phase 1 bought decades ago. So you can't be thinking, like I told you again, I said there are different locations in Lagos you can cash out on your investment. Not all locations are profitable. And again, not all locations require the same strategy. So if you're looking at investing in the main Lekki, you're talking about Lekki Phase 1, you're talking about Ikate, you're talking about Jakonde, you won't be thinking land banking. No way. Those the, those areas have got to the peak of their appreciation when as regards land banking. So you'll be thinking of flipping, you'll be thinking of probably buying distressed sales, renovating, reselling, or you'll be thinking of rental income, buying a property, then putting it up for rent. Okay, so when you're thinking land flipping, don't you let your mind go towards Lekki Phase 1 at all, or any area close to that location. Let your mind think Ekpe, let your mind think Abuja, let your mind think maybe Strongotedo. Yeah, Strongotedo is still good for land banking, and yeah, but when you're thinking land banking, you are way, way, way too late when it comes to the main Lekki. So these areas, Lekki Phase 1 all the way to VGC, good for flipping, good for distress sales, good for rental income, but not anywhere close to you land banking on those locations. You are way too late. You just be putting millions of money, and you're getting close to zero or very, very, no, not zero appreciation, but very little appreciation on them compared to when you put that money in Imbejilekio and any of the previous places I've mentioned. Okay, so if flipping rental income is for you, and you have the money, because of course they are not cheap, you have the money, you can think the main Lekki. So if you're thinking of buying land on the main part of Lekki in 2021, or if your goal is to get capital appreciation on land you bought without any improvements, you are decades late already, not just years late already. Okay, so I said please visit Ibet Lekki or anywhere after Aja. Yeah, why would I say so? This area is at the peak of the appreciation. In Lekki, it's better to consider rental properties and not just land investments. Okay, so that's it. Then number five, Badagry. So one thing with Badagry, you might be wondering why is Badagry on this list, and that's because over the years, the previous government of Lagos State didn't really do so much when it comes to infrastructural development of Badagry. But after the discovery of oil, a whole lot has been happening with Badagry, and with respect to the expansion of the Lagos Badagry Expressway, and the fact that not only is there and the railroad project as well, a lot is now happening in Badagry. There's a current upsurge of investment property of investments as regards real estate in Badagry, and that's because now the rail project and the road project now have a timeline. They have a time frame, and with the expansion of the Lagos Badagry Expressway, that development, that infrastructure development alone is, opening up a lot of opportunities in Badagry. Okay, and Badagry has been known as a historical place and a trade place for years. So, and of course, Badagry also shares borders with the lagoon. So not only is it good for just trade and the history of colonialism and all of that, and being more of a tourist center, a whole lot is happening in Badagry, and the fact that prices of properties is still affordable in Badagry. So for those that are thinking, okay, I want dry land, I want a stable place, I want all of that, Badagry is a good place to invest in now. And because now is witnessing infrastructural developments, the road expansion, and all of that. So all of this is definitely going to trigger the return on investment of properties in Badagry. So now is a good time to invest in Badagry. A lot is happening in Badagry now, and the properties there are still very, very affordable. And with a lot of factories going to Badagry, yes, they go there because they can get large expanse of land and it's still affordable. So all of this will trigger the growth and the return you get on investment in Badagry. So yeah, Badagry is also a very good consideration, a place to consider when you want to buy properties, and you have credible there are credible companies. I know about two or three that own properties in Badagry you can invest with, and they'll be the ones to take worry about the headache of the safety and the security of your investment for you. So Badagry is also a good option if you've been looking towards Badagry. Yes, Badagry is great to invest in. So I wrote, okay, yeah. Recently joining the oil producing communities in Nigeria, Badagry has turned itself to a new Jerusalem, at least for real estate investors. Due to the ongoing construction of Lagos Badagry Expressway, the area has just opened up itself, especially to bigger players in the property industry who are hungry for stable, dry, and affordable land. So true. Part of the factors favoring Badagry right now is a hot zone to buy properties in Lagos to the proposed Badagry deep sea port. Yeah, okay, promises new jobs, infrastructural development, and better commercial activities. Okay, and the Lagos Badagry 10-lane expressway with monorail transport is under construction. So all of this would lead to a spike of investment in properties in Badagry. So you want to really key in before the prices are off the roof, and yeah, so those that key in early will definitely make a lot on their on their investments. So this will connect to other parts of Lagos. Badagry is worth your investment. So if you're thinking Badagry, good place. So Ikorodu number 6, due to the capital intensiveness of housing and property on the Lagos Island, some are turning to part of the mainland close enough for housing, and that's the truth. So the difference between Ikorodu and Ekpe is Ikorodu is already vastly populated, and because you know Ikorodu is close to the mainland, close to the island, so when you're using a boat or ferry, Ikorodu is already populated. People are living there, like is yes, a lot of people are living in Ikorodu already. So for those that want, you know, affordable investments on the mainland, and that is close enough to our house, and they are looking towards Ikorodu. And this makes Ikorodu one of the next big thing in the Lagos real estate investment sector. Okay, and with the Mile 12 Ikorodu Expressway expansion, the traffic around is no longer horrible. There used to be a lot of traffic around Ikorodu, but with the expansion, it's been greatly reduced. Okay, so Ikorodu, and yes, one other thing about Ikorodu is the fact that you can connect to different parts of Lagos with a ferry. There are now safe boats and ferry services. Okay, so even to the island, within 10 to 30 minutes, you're on the island. So for those living in Ikorodu, it's no longer, it doesn't take them ages for them to get to the island anymore. And yes, the fourth mainland bridge again, the fourth mainland bridge that will be connecting Ikorodu to the island is even making investments in Ikorodu like a thing to really think about. Okay, actually, when so if you're looking at investing in Ikorodu, look to buy properties around where the fourth mainland bridge will pass through, and it's a bet that's another like that's extra stuff for you. Invest around those locations. Those locations would open up faster. Okay, so that is it. Ikorodu is a good place to look at. Then number 7 is a sharing knot. A sharing knot, and a sharing knot, for those who don't know, a sharing knot is off Lagos Ibadan Expressway, and for me it's the proximity to the Lagos Secretariat. That is it for me. The proximity to Magodo, the proximity to and even yeah, within minutes when there's no traffic, you're already on the island. Okay, from Isheri North, within minutes, just connect the third mainland bridge and boom, you're on the highland. Okay, so Isheri North for me is for those who can afford buying property in Magodo, because yes, for land banking to Magodo is at the peak already. When you're looking at rental income, you're looking at flipping, distress sales, you can think Magodo, you can think, and Magodo is like one of the top, the prime places on the mainland to buy properties in. Okay, and because of its proximity to Magodo, to Magodo, the prime places, buying a property in Isheri North is still very affordable now. So if you even if you choose to land bank, it's still a good thing. And I wrote here that located off the Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Isheri North is benefiting from the rivalry between the Lagos State government and the Ogun State government in property development along their boundaries. Okay, don't say I told you that, but yeah, that's the truth. And since the land in Isheri North was allocated, there's not so much of issues with documentation and all of that. And okay, so buying in this location is relatively affordable right now, and it should be a very good investment decision for both short-term and long-term returns. And this is based on the development track records and price history of Isheri North. So Isheri North is a good place investing, if you're thinking the mainland and you're thinking proximity to the CBD, to the Central Business District, you're thinking proximity to Alausa, you're thinking proximity to the island too. Okay, so sharing out is a good place to consider because the prices are still affordable, and yes, great stuff happening around that location. So that is it. If you, yes, of course, there are other locations, but for investment, basically, these ones would definitely bring you good returns on your investment, great returns on your investment. So I hope you've learned something from this. And if you have any question, you need clarity on anything, please let me know. And if you want, you need guide, you need help, you need help with your investments, knowing the type of strategy to adopt in different locations, I'm here for you. I'll be glad to help you. Just send me a message, send me a mail. And if you're not yet following me on my social media handles, please make sure you do. I'm Abiola Father. I'll say my name on Instagram, LinkedIn, and on YouTube channel. You're here already. Just subscribe already. Like. If you've not yet subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. It doesn't bite. Please subscribe. Subscribe right away and like this video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're not clear on anything. Let me know if you have any question. Ask. I would answer your questions, and let me know what you think. Contribute as well. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what you think. Okay. If you want to add to this, please do. Go ahead. Thank you. I'd love to read from you. And yes, I have a guide. I have, for those that want to buy property in Lagos, I have a book I've written which is 5 things to look out for before investing in real estate in Lagos. Okay. So if you want that guide, just go to my website, or I will also include the link in on part of the captions to this video. Make sure you fill that link, and you get the guide right in your inbox. And every month I've been giving out 5 free strategy sessions to real estate investors where I share with them on a 30 minutes free session, phone conversation, the exact blueprint I've used with hundreds of investors over the years that have really helped them. You can check out testimonials on my website. Okay, so if you want me to share that exact blueprint with you, if you're a real estate investor, I'll also put the link to the 5 free slots. If you're lucky, if you're part of the first 5 for the month, you the link will pull through for you. Okay, so just fill that link and book a strategy session with me. That's my way of giving back. And yes, you're under no obligation to work with me after the strategy session. You're under no obligation. It's a free session. You are under no obligation whatsoever to work with me. Okay, after the session, it's just my way of giving back. Okay, and yes, you can visit my website to read more on other content I've put up. And if you have any question, like I've said severally, make sure you ask them in the comment section. And don't forget that I'm the real estate expert that educates you on real estate do and don't, so you don't get your fingers burnt. And I'm the real estate broker that helps you invest in peace of mind, not just a piece of land. So when you need my services, do well to contact me. I'll be glad to help you. So that's it today, and don't forget like and subscribe and drop your comments or your contributions to this video. That's it today, and that's all. So it's bye for now.